Hello and welcome to Money Minutes, your quick guide to making money. I am Kaizad Adajilia. Now, it's been about 9 months since all mutual funds have introduced direct plans in all their schemes. There was a SEBI regulation last year which mandated all mutual funds to give out direct plans as an option to in all their existing schemes for investors who wanted to invest in mutual funds directly. Now, if you've joined us a little late, let me tell you that direct plans are basically meant for those investors who wish to invest in mutual funds directly bypassing the distributor, which means that the direct plans have a lower expense ratio as they do not have distributor costs embedded in it. So naturally, the introduction of direct plans have been giving sleepless nights to distributors. So what exactly has been the impact of direct plans on distribution community? Cafe Mutual, which is a mutual funds platform for mutual funds professionals, recently did a survey of about 1,200 IFAs, independent financial advisors across the country, small and big, to assess the impact of direct plans as well as a host of other questions and queries related to the mutual funds industry. So, the impact of direct plans across the distribution community has been felt. What the survey says that about 60% of the distributors feel sort of threatened by direct plans. Speaking specifically, the percentage of IFAs who have said that there has been an outflow of assets to direct plans have been 20%. Another 40% of distributors have said that although there has been very marginal impact of direct plans as of now, a significant amount of assets are expected to shift to the direct plans. Now, obviously, when direct plans were introduced and have been introduced in the mutual funds industry, there have been a section of the distribution community that are rising up to the challenge to face the direct plans. So what have they been doing? 30% of IFAs surveyed in this survey says that they have improved the quality of service and advice that they give to their investors. Another 32% of IFAs say that they have done nothing about it. In fact, they can do nothing about it because they find that investors find the savings of about 0.5% or so that comes into direct plans too irresistible. And another 38% of IFAs says that nothing needs to be done because investors are either ignorant to act or they are just lazy to shift to direct plans. The other improvement in the service that distributors have been given to investors is, amongst other things, is to update about their performances regularly. So how have these distributors fared? Let's take a look. When Cafe Mutual asked a question of how often are customers updated with their portfolio related performance, 37% of IFAs surveyed says as and when asked, another 27% said every month, and another 22% said every quarter. So basically, the survey clearly shows that distributors are getting more proactive when it comes to interacting with their clients. Now, apart from the direct plans, the other big question in the minds of distributors are, whether to register themselves as an independent financial licensed advisor or not. Now, SEBI has also introduced the IFA guidelines in April earlier this year. So, few distributors have already, about 11 distributors or so have already applied for the license. Another big section of distributors are still contemplating on whether they should register themselves as SEBI licensed investor advisors or not. So when Cafe Mutual asked them how many clients are willing to pay a fee to the distributor, because remember the investor advisor guidelines mandate that once you become an investor advisor, you need to charge only your customers. You cannot take fees and commissions from the mutual funds. So basically, the distributors also need to feel confident of charging their customers. So the question was, how many investors are ready to pay to the distributors their fees? 38% of IFAs say that most or some investors are willing to pay the fee. One of the other things that this survey also showed is that distributors in the top cities, in the top 15 cities, are more confident of charging their customers. So the survey said that 62% of B15 IFAs claim that none of their investors are willing to pay a fee. That's all for me for today. Do keep watching livemin.com for more.